Hello and welcome. I'm Rossi Sanchez, and this is the Mindful Evening Hour. The Mindful Evening Hour is, in the words of one of my followers, not just another meditation thing. It's a bit of science, emotional intelligence, and a bit of story peppered with my unique sense of humor. Every week, we take a 30-minute light but deep dive into common behaviors and relationship issues and use the power of focus to tap into who we truly are so we can start understanding, appreciating, and loving ourselves and those around us more and creating the life we came here to live. Thank you for being here tonight to uncover the third of our four-part LOVE series, Getting Back to You, yourself. Tonight, the sequence will be as follows. First, I will tell you a story, then we'll do a journaling exercise. So make sure you have pen and paper handy, and then we'll do a mindfulness practice. And we'll wrap up with open sharing if desired. To start, I want to invite you to get comfortable and relax. We're going to breathe. If you're seated, place your feet on the floor, roll your shoulders back, let out your belly, place your hands on your lap, open to the sky, and close your eyes. Let's take 3 deep and satisfying breaths. Breathe in for a count of 4. Breathe out for a count of 8. One more time. And again. Okay. A hospice nurse was asked what was the most common regret her patients had. Her response: the biggest regret dying people have is that they never lived. If you were to die tomorrow, would you say you've lived? Well, I guess it all depends on how you define living, Rossi, doesn't it? Perhaps. Let's say that living is when you know who you are, honor yourself, and follow your own inner compass, no matter what. It's when you chart your own path, creating as you go the moments, the people and relationships, and the things that bring you joy, so that at any point, when you're faced with challenges, you don't fall victim to them, but rather, knowing the stuff you're made of, you navigate through them in your self-assuredness. Roz Savage was a management consultant at an investment bank in London. She led a comfy, middle-class life. She was married, had a well-paying job, a house in the suburbs, even a little red sports car. But she didn't feel fulfilled. So she did an exercise where she wrote 2 obituaries for herself. One based on where she saw herself going in her current life, and one based on the life she aspired to live. The first one she had to put down. It was too depressing. The second one energized her. And even though she didn't know exactly what she would do at the time, she knew it was totally different from what she was doing. So she left the job, the hub, and the burbs. In a few years and some intensive training later, she became the first woman to row solo across the Atlantic. It took her 103 days and nights. And in that time, her 4 oars, her cooking stove, and her navigation gear all broke. She nearly broke. But it was in the complete and profound silence of the ocean that she found herself. In a short film about her voyage entitled Rowing the Atlantic, Roz tells us, it doesn't matter the person I was at the start of the race. She doesn't exist anymore. That's the beauty of taking ourselves where we want to go. It's not so much about reaching our goal as it is about the transformation we undergo during our journey. If you Google Roz Savage, you won't find the 52-year-old under management consultant. Oh no. She's described as the first woman to row solo, not just across the Atlantic, but the Pacific and Indian Oceans as well. She's an environmental advocate, a writer, and a speaker who was named Adventurer of the Year by National Geographic and lectures at Yale on courage. When someone searches your name on Google, how would you like to show up? A while back, I impersonated my son giving my eulogy as a speech at a Toastmasters meeting. And while it was all in jest, the exercise was very revealing to me. When you take the time to think about how others will remember you, it truly makes you ponder, not only about what you're doing, but like Roz, how you feel about what you're doing. Is your life fulfilling or does it feel bland? It's as if you come to terms with your reason for being. Are you living your sense of purpose or are you just going along for the ride? Well, why don't we find out? Please take out your pen and paper and we're going to do some journaling. Now divide your paper into 3 equal columns. The first column is going to contain a list of core values that are important to you and that resonate with you. Values are the fundamental beliefs that guide or motivate us to think and behave in certain ways. They influence how we live our lives and end up characterizing us as individuals. In other words, what we value, we become. In Roz's case, she valued adventure and risk-taking. In my case, I value freedom, creativity, fun, honesty, and wisdom. If you're not sure how you would describe your values, think for a moment about the people you admire. What do they stand for? What are they capable of doing? Answer those questions, and you'll come up with values you treasure. Let's take a minute to make that list.
Can you repeat what's supposed to be on the list, please, Rossi?
Core values. A list of core values. Okay, one more second, stop. In the second column, you're going to make a list of your passions, your innate talents. Think back to when you were a child. What did you love to do? What came easily to you? What did you spend countless hours lost in? Nothing's too silly. Write it all down. You have 1 minute. 5 more seconds and stop. In the third column, you're going to make a list of things you've always dreamed of doing. Don't hold yourself back. Think only of the what and the why. You don't need to know how or when. You don't need to know how to do it or how you're even going to get started. Just go on the premise that the money will come and you will find the time and all the resources needed. In this column, you're making a list of your wildest dreams. It's just you, the pen, and the paper. So let yourself go. You have 1 minute. Okay, and stop. Next, you're going to look over your 3 lists and see what connections stand out for you. And without thinking about it too much, in a random stream of consciousness, you're going to write down what a typical day in the life of your dreams looks like. Start in the morning and end in the evening. Again, don't hold back. Let your imagination take you where you know you want to go. You have 3 minutes for this. If you don't get to finish it, you can always get back to it later. 3 minutes. 45 more seconds. Five more seconds. And stop. Now that you discovered or rediscovered what you truly want to be and do, or at least got close to it, let's connect with that at a deeper level through meditation. So whether you're seated or lying down, get comfortable. If seated, place your feet on the floor. Roll your shoulders back and down. Place your hands on your lap, open to the sky, and let your belly come out to play. Close your eyes, and let's take 3 deep and satisfying breaths. Again, you want to breathe in for a count of 4, and breathe out slowly for a count of 8. Feel your rib cage as you exhale. Let's do that again. One more time. Start to breathe normally again and focus on your breath. Notice how it feels when it enters your nostrils and fills up your lungs, and how it feels as it leaves your body. Just follow its trajectory. If any thoughts, sounds, or sensations arise, acknowledge them and let them go, and get back to focusing on your breath. Let's do that for 1 minute. Now imagine that you're standing in your favorite place in the whole wide world. This could be the beach, the mountains, the forest, a favorite room, your backyard, any place that brings you peace and joy. Maybe it was in your wildest dreams. I want you to imagine that there is someone just like you. In fact, it is you standing right behind you. Your doppelganger, your twin, your inner you. This inner you is clothed in your favorite color from top to bottom, and she's glowing. Her glow is so powerful that it flows through you, making you feel safe, warm, appreciated, respected, and adored. Just stand there and feel how that feels. Witness how every cell in your body lights up as it is infused with that loving glow. Let that light start traveling down your body now, and notice how it feels. Scan your body as you go. Start at the top of your head and let that loving glow flow down your face. Feel your forehead, eyes, cheeks, nose, and mouth. Feel your lips and your ears. Feel your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your arms and hands and fingers. Feel your back as it is awash in that loving appreciation, like a warm summer's hug. Feel your torso, your hips, your thighs, your legs, your feet, and your toes. Now stand there and imagine yourself emanating that love out into the world. Start with your loved ones, your neighbors, co-workers. Extend that glow to people you don't even like and notice how that feels. Extend it to those you may see often but don't really know. Now expand your glow to cover your city, your state, the country, the planet. For the next minute, let your loving glow cover the whole of the earth. As you stand there in front of your inner you, visualize her putting her hands on your shoulders, softly, lovingly, and notice what that feels like on your body. Now, place your hands on top of hers in recognition of your bond. If you'd like, you can take her hands and extend her arms out to the sides and wrap yourself around them in a warm, yummy, cuddling embrace. Notice how that feels. As you're wrapped up in the totally unconditional, loving hug of your inner you, know that she is not only rooting for you to achieve your greatest desires, that she's actually very excited to embark on that adventure with you. So for the next minute, just stand there, both of you, wrapped up as one, delighting in your loving glow and the anticipation of making your wildest dreams come true. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back, ladies. So how was that for a little ride?
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's always very comforting, Rossi, particularly when another part of you is sort of reinforcing you.
Oh, yes. Anyone else have any comments or anything they want to share?
I think that was a good exercise as we think about going into the new year. Kind of sort of we spend the last month is always crazy, a little bit harried, and to think about maybe looking forward with intention of what we want to do. It's really nice to get away from all the last minute things to think about what could be.
Yeah, what do I really want for Christmas, right?
It kind of felt like bringing back an old friend. I haven't really paid attention to her for a while, so it was nice.
She's always there. Yeah. So funny. It took me a while to reacquaint myself, but yeah, we have so much fun together now. It's a blast. Yeah, it's like I'm always with someone. Was that your idea? Or was that my idea? I know they're all your ideas when they're good. Anyone else want to? Okay. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, ladies. I hope I gave you something to think about, some food for thought. Next week, December 9th, I'll be back with another one of my juicy stories in this, the fourth of my 4-part LOV series, Staying True to Yourself, where we'll explore how to make sure that no matter where we are or who we're with, we don't lose ourselves in another. So we stay true to ourselves. I hope to see you then. And for now, I'm Rossi Sanchez. This is the Mindful Evening Hour. Good night.
Thank you, Rossi.
Thank you so much, Rossi. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Mhm.